Hello, my name is Natalie Wright, and this speech is to inform you about the cruelty of animal abuse. Try to imagine a beautiful thoroughbred horse who has her entire life ahead of her. Imagine this beautiful horse being hooked up to the back of a truck by her halter, and then being dragged at least half a mile. This may be hard for some of you to try to imagine, but what comes next is even worse. This horse is then unhooked from the truck by her owner. She is bruised, bleeding, and barely alive. Her owner rolls her into a ditch full of water, and at that point she is too weak to move, and she drowns as the owner watches. This is a true story that happened in St. Landry, Los Angeles. This is not the only story out there. There are over 19,000 animal abuse cases in the United States alone. I plan to inform you of the different types of abuse, different animals that are abused, and some statistics on abuse. Animals all over the world are being abused, and many are even being killed. In 2010, 23,000 animals were abused. Of those 23,000, 7,000 of those animals died. There are 5 different types of animal abuse. There's neglect or abandonment, there's hoarding, shooting, fighting, and beating. Neglect or abandonment is the number one type of abuse. There are many different reasons why animals are abandoned or neglected. Sometimes the owners cannot afford to take care of their pets, so they just leave them. Other owners move from their home and cannot bring their pets with them. Some animals are neglected because the owners cannot afford them or are just too busy to care. The owners might just feel like the animal is not worth feeding, and in some rare cases, some animals are just forgotten about completely. Hoarding is a second type of abuse. Most people might not even consider hoarding as a type of abuse, but the animals can be neglected and not fed properly. Hoarding is when the people keep an unusually high number of animals inside of their houses. Most hoarders have either lost someone special or are all alone and have no one to talk to. Shooting is another type of abuse that consists of humans using guns and arrows to kill or torture animals. Obviously, this is a terrible type of abuse. Torturing animals for fun is not a normal thing to do, but there are many people in the world that do this on a daily basis. Fighting is the 4th most common type of abuse. Michael Vick is known for dog fighting, and he has become the face of pit bull fighting. The last type of abuse is beating, which the pet's owners is constantly striking the animal, causing physical harm. This is probably the worst type of abuse because the animal is in constant agonizing pain. The person who beats the animal normally has a background in crimes or anger issues. Beating animals repeatedly can end up shifting from animals to humans, and they end up beating their wives, girlfriends, and children. The 23,000 animals that are being abused are all different kinds of animals. The most common animal abuse victims are cats and dogs. Other animals may include horses, pigs, chickens, birds, cows, deer, goat, marine animals, rabbits, raccoons, sheep, and even small rodents. No animal is an exception from abuse. All animals can be abused, and it doesn't stop there. If an abuser keeps beating or neglecting animals, it can lead them to beating up humans as well. Here's some statistics and information about the animals being abused. Did you know that most animal abusers are men between the ages of 31 to 50 years old? 58% of dogs and 27% of cats are being abused in the United States. 70% of the people that abuse these animals have committed other crimes such as violent, property, drug, and disorder crimes. Did you know that the penalty for animal abuse is a fine? There is no jail time or community service, just a simple fine. The punishment is nowhere severe enough for these abusers. What is it to stop them from doing it again? These statistics show how cruel some people can be. In conclusion, animal cruelty is something that we should all be aware of, even though it may not affect you directly. There could be people around you right now that may be hurting, maiming, or even killing their animals. You need to be informed about animal abuse so you can look for it and contact someone to help these animals. So many animals have been killed and are being killed even as we speak. I am very connected to this topic because I do not like seeing any of God's creatures harmed. Animals, along with special needs children, as I said in my previous speeches, have a special place in my heart. I believe that God created animals for us to enjoy them. We should not beat, torture, or kill God's wonderful animals.